Hey everybody, it's Sonjdradeluxe, and today I'm going to be reviewing the KKW powder contour kits. So I've never tried any of the Kim Kardashian West Beauty line, but I got this in the mail, so I was pretty excited to try it. I'm usually a powder contour type of chick, so I'm excited. So this will be first impressions, haven't swatched, nothing, so let's get started. I mean, this is cute. I don't think we need to discuss it. It's our classic kind of nude pinky color packaging. This is what it looks like inside. This is what was sent to me. I'm just gonna go for the middle one. So it looks like you get a double-ended brush like this, one with a rounded side and one with kind of like an angled, I'm assuming is the contour side. You get one with each kit. I tried to look for information on the website, but I think because it's not out yet, there isn't any info on it. So this is just gonna be straight up what I think. So this is the light kit. Let's open it up. Really huge mirror, which is dope. I could see that this is a really beautiful kind of tone for lighter skin. It's good to go a little bit more ash because things tend to go a little bit more warm. This is a pretty warm, peachy, I guess it's a bronzer. It says it is contour 1 and the one beside it is contour 2, a more ash color. And then you've got a pinky highlight and what looks like more of a neutral. So I'll do a little swatchy poo. So this is highlight 1. Highlight 2. This one seems a little bit more sheer, but it does have a little bit of a pinky tone to it. It's harder to see on my skin tone because I'm not as light. This is a really beautiful peachy kind of shade. I think that'd be nice as a bronzer on someone with fair skin. What I'm noticing just off of my first swatches is that it's a little bit see-through, which I like in a contour. All of the contour products I usually use are more of like a satin finish. This looks somewhat like a satin finish, but more on the matte side. So satin as in reflects almost like skin. I find if I use something too matte on me, it looks really muddy. And this is the contour 2. Whoa. So if I buff it out, so when you put a first swatch on, can look a little chalky, but if you buff it out, it is quite cool tone. I really like the feeling of the texture just on first impressions. It looks pretty nice. I'm not this skin tone, so I won't be putting that one actually on. And the next kit is the medium kit. So that's this one here. Again, kind of a similar color story. Kind of like a neutral. I guess this was a little bit more of a yellow tone. This one is more pink, and then we have a warm contour shade and an ash. Personally, because my skin tone, I'm not really dark and I'm not light, I'm not quite medium tone, I'm more on like medium deep, medium dark kind of side. I usually have to mix contour kits to get my perfect shade or my perfect match. This looks like a color I would probably like try and contour my nose with, or mixing these two. So I'll show you the swatches on that one. So I would say that these highlights are more, they're not like a super intense in your face highlight, but that's just a swatch on my hand. So that is highlight 1. This one is highlight 2, which is a really pretty kind of pearl color. I would totes mix those two together. Let me see what that looks like. Yeah, I'm feeling that together. That's pretty. Sorry to mess up the swatch. So this is kind of the peach color. It seems to be a very fine powder, which I love, which works really well on any skin type. I find finer powders just because if you're oily, you can do a light swipe first to absorb any oils, second swipe to put your color in, and if you're dry and patchy like me, same thing, one swipe to absorb any uneven patches on the skin and then do another swipe to do your color, but it won't stick to the patches. I actually have a bunch of dry patchy skin on this side of my face, so we'll see what happens. And this is the contour 2. It's almost like a creamy powder, but I think that's quite pretty. Also, when you're swatching on your hand versus swatching on your face, your hand doesn't have the same oils and pores that your face does, so things will typically deepen a little bit when you do put it on your face, so I will do that in a second. And next is the dark deep. Pinky highlight, kind of a golden bronze highlight. This is a really interesting color. It almost looks like a gray brown, and then a really beautiful rich deep color here. So what I find on my clients, that I had with darker skin tones, sometimes it's good to use something warm and something quite cool to sharpen it up, because it'll give that shadow illusion, and that's what people usually contour with, is like a little bit of a cooler color. I typically contour with bronzers just because I like a soft contour with a deep rich color, so it ends up looking intense, if that makes sense. So I think for me, I'm gonna go in between this one and the medium kit, but I'm gonna show you the swatches here. That is such a unique color. I've never seen any contour color like that. So this is the highlight one. That's pretty. It reminds me of like a peach kind of rose gold color. It's really beautiful. And again, just first swatches off the bat, it does feel pretty nice. So this is the highlight 2. I'm excited about this color. Wow, this is rich. And I'm trying not to press my oils from my fingers or the natural skin oils I have. That's a really beautiful color. It's like warm chocolate. And then this is, oh, interesting. So this is just on my finger. That's that deep gray kind of color. Interesting. I can see how that works. So those are the 4 swatches of the dark kit. Those are just light swatches. I'm going to try them on my face using the brush provided, and we'll see what happens. Usually I contour my nose first, but I'm gonna start with my face. So I'm just gonna see what this color looks like. This is in the medium kit. Whoa. So there was quite a bit of fallout when I tapped in there, which is, I mean, usually, and that's what the brush that it comes with. This is a pretty stiff brush, so maybe I have to be quite light-handed. But yeah, I won't write something off just because it has fallout. Let's see what this does. Okay. So this brush is pretty stiff, and usually the stiffer the brush, the more product gets put on. So I understand, because these are kind of sheer, so that makes sense to have a stiff synthetic feeling brush to apply such a fine product. So I'm just kind of bronzing first the faux head. Oops, getting into my hair, that's okay. And I'm gonna do a swipe to start my contour. Sometimes with products like this, I will do like a light contour and then cut it up with a deeper shade. So blends pretty nice. I don't usually like brushes like this, but this is not bad. I mean, it might be the brush that's doing the fallout thing, but so I'm gonna start with that as my first kind of contour. And the more I build it up, the more kind of ash it gets to really cut up the cheeks. I prefer a really warm contour and bronziness, so this will be my step 1. For my nose, I think I'm gonna go into here, and I'm just gonna use the edge of the brush like this. And I like to start up underneath the brow and drop it down. Okay. Now, I typically don't use contour kits, so because I don't like contour colors because they seem to be a little chalky, but this seems to be, like I said, a fine powder, so I am feeling the formula personally, and I still have a little bit of the contour 1 shade on there, so it's warming it up and mixing it in a bit. Cute. Why I like a powder that's a little bit more on the satin side is because it kind of, oops, that was my fault, because it kind of moves with you. So it's not like your contour is one-dimensional. So I like when you can move and it kind of disappears depending on what part it's catching the light at. I don't like to have harsh lines because skin isn't flat or matte like a powder. Well, that's cute. I kind of like that. And I'm going to go into the light, or the highlight one. I'm going to go down the center of my nose. Oh, it's actually pretty poppin'. That's cute. And I'm going to try this shade here, which I think might look a little ash on me. No, So it's nice. It's more of like a pearl kind of highlight. I have a rash on my face, so I like to look a little bit more golden, so I'm gonna mix this one in there too. Yeah, these two together are pretty fire. Now I've noticed, well, I haven't used the other colors quite as much, but this one doesn't, oh, they still kind of fall out a little bit, but that's okay. That's makeup, man. Now I want to try a little bit of this really intense shade here. And I think I'm just going to do a tiny bit on the corner of my brush like that. Let's just start here. That's a lot. I like that it kind of buffs out almost like a cream. That's a little dark for me. I guess I'm medium. No. I'm gonna go in with the peach shade again to blend it out. Oh yeah, that's better. This is quite a bit more of an intense contour than I'm used to, but I'm sliced up and that's the goal, right? Damn. Sliced all the way up. So I'm just using a tiny bit because this is not my color. The shadow's there, but I don't want to knock it because this color is for somebody, but not for me. I think I liked it better with just the peachy shades. Yeah. So the other side, I'm going to try my brush that I normally use, the Morphe M527, and I'm going to go into this one. There's a lot of fallout, but it's still a nice product, but it's a mess. So I'm going to push that into the... Yeah, I like that a lot. That's pretty. That's how I normally contour and I'm done. Not bad. And this is my rashy side, so it does blend quite beautifully. So I'm feeling that. I guess it depends on the brush you use is how it's going to lay down. And on this side, I'm going to use the highlight one color from the dark kit just to see what that looks like. Wow, this is such a beautiful color. It's almost like a blush. It's not giving you like, I'm gonna use it like a blush. So I think, I mean, just like with most palettes I use my own brushes. I don't like the ones they choose for me. But that's really pretty. Let me see if I can fix this side a little bit. Put a little bit of that peach shade. I guess I'm more of a medium in this line. I really like this side. If I just used that medium with the, I wish I would, personally, I would probably just get both. I don't know. I would probably use like these more for like an eyeshadow type of thing. This is, yeah, this is normally how I like to have my contour rather than this. This probably looks nice, but I'm just not used to it. And I don't feel like, remember what I was saying when a contour moves with you? This one doesn't look like it's moving at all. And I think just because it's too dark for me. I'd love to see it on somebody with deeper skin tone and someone with a lighter skin tone. Personally, I think the texture is quite beautiful. Obviously, packaging cool. The brushes is cool. I don't know. I use my own brushes normally for what I do just because I'm used to it and I can work it out with the product a little bit better. I really, really love this highlight. And even on my really rashy skin right now, it's not super rashy, but it's rashy. It's laying down quite nice and quite flat. And I really love the contour on my nose from the medium kit. I think it's really pretty. Also, I kind of, I like the highlight my chin. I used highlight 2, the pink one. It's not giving me my whole life. I love this very much. So I think that these colors are pretty good. It's hard to hit every skin tone in just 3 kits, and this is a startup, so I think she did pretty good. I wish you could like mix and match what you put in a palette, but everybody wishes that. As far as the formula goes, I think it's really beautiful. It's not a true matte. They're a little bit more on the skin texture side, so not a full satin, but more of like reflects light the way skin does, which I love because I hate a dead matte looking contour on myself. I just look ashy Larry. The highlights are nice. I'm kind of loving the soft highlight it gives, not the super extra, you know, highlight that we've been seeing a lot, which I'm very much a fan of. But this is nice. It's very Kim K, I think, to have more of like a subtle dewy glow, and that's what these give. So personally, I like it. The fallout, I mean, it happens. Even with my own brush, I did have a bit of fallout. This is cool. I think this brush will make a lot of people happy. I contour with a big ass brush, so I could see this working for a lot of people. And the hairs at the very tip, if you look closely, they get thinner right at the top, almost like I don't know if this is natural hair or not, to be honest, but it does feel really nice, and I definitely could see use for this for a lot of people. And it's nice to get 2 brushes in one. I think this is very practical for travel and all that kind of stuff. If I give this a thumbs up or thumbs down, I would give this a thumbs up because I really love this. I think if I just used my own brush, also changing the brushes can change the color and the consistency of the makeup. I'm feeling it. I'd probably still stick to using my bronzer for contour, but that's just a personal preference. I know a lot of people don't do that for contour, but I would definitely consider adding this into what I use. But yeah, she's cute. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to share, subscribe, and follow. What do you think about this review? I'm super new to reviewing, so let me know what I could do differently, or like if you liked it or not, or what you think. If you've tried it, holla at me. Stay pretty, love yourself, and I'll see you guys again in the next video. Take care.